Look at this boy. Look at him. Hello everybody, and welcome back to Pesterquest. Yesterday, for you guys, we went through Team Charge. We got all the good endings. All of them. Now we're moving on to Nepeta and Sollux. And Sollux has two endings. This will be interesting. They're kind of connected in the fact that their ancestors were like, you know, big connected to like the Signless and the Sufferer, and they're connected to Sollux being kind of like Kismesis curious with him, and Nepeta definitely being red. Oh my lord. Let's take a look at what this hidden one is. Looks like it's a Nepeta one though, with that face, but it's right after Sollux. Interesting. I like that. Befriend friend Nepeta. Anyway, let's get started. And the loneliest girl in Alternia. Time to face facts. Something is going on here. Not that you didn't already know that. You've had the blurry outlines of all this strangeness for a long time. It's only after your stint with Aradia that you've managed to fill in a lot of the shapes and colors. Your friends, the companions you've been to hell and back with, you forgot about them. That feels like, you can't even come up with a sufficient dramatic mixed metaphor. It feels bad. Your desperate friendship thirst was compelled, and you get that. And it's mostly worn off by now. But what the heck are you supposed to do? It's basically just your job now, so you keep doing that job. Whatever. Let's just do the dang route. Who did Equius tell you about? His Moirail, right? You try to find her in the middle of the woods, which is a very normal thing to do. You'll be normal. It's a normal kind of day. Hey, it's her cave. Sweet. It has a little cat face. You zap to the mouth of a cave and are immediately set upon by a wild beast. Yellow eyes flash and sharp teeth glitter. You brace yourself to be made dinner. The wild lioness sits back on her haunches and contemplates the stranger. There you are, Nepeta. Okay, Nepeta's voice. It's childish, kinda high-pitched, maybe slightly nasally. This sounds like... Yeah, this is a redone version of... Oh gosh. Requited. Which makes me sad, because Requited is like one of my favorites of the, oh gosh. That one album with the music, with the violin cover. Oh, why can't I remember it? Crap. It's like orchestrations of like some of the better songs or whatever, and I love this one so much. Anyway, enough rambling, let's try to get this voice. Okay, let me try that again. The wild lioness sits back on her haunches and contemplates the stranger. That's how you know she does that. She tells you. But taking a closer look, you realize that she's in fact not a wild lioness, just a very unkempt troll in a green coat and grubby t-shirt. She smells like a fire pit. AC licks her snout and tries to figure out what has happened upon her den. A friend? A foe? Dinner, perhaps? The troll girl licks her lips, and you realize that even though she's not some bloodthirsty predator, she does have sharp canines and clawed gauntlets on her little hands. She's small, but with trolls, you've discovered the hard way that size does not translate into one-on-one strength ratio. You tell her that you're a friend, definitely a friend, and not any at all sort of friend you playfully fight with and then accidentally eviscerate, because you never know with trolls. The girl, whose name you have a sneaking suspicion might be Nepeta, scratches at her chin, her fingers curled up like a paw. You're worried that she's gonna pull an eye out with one of those things. AC wrinkles her nose and wonders what anyone would be doing all the way out here in the wastes. It's not very plausible. That one was a bit of a stretch. How did you come upon my cave? AC says it with a growly growl. With a growly glower. Play along or stop this nonsense. Well, if I were me, I would stop this nonsense. But, you know, whatever, play along. It just so happens that you're an expert RPer. And by expert, you mean you once played Soldier Purbeast with the stressed out Jadeblood kid, which you've forgotten about until literally yesterday. Anyway, what you mean is, you got some moves. You go limp and show Nepeta your throat, yielding to who is clearly the alpha female here. You barely even roleplay here. Every olive blood you met could rip out your intestines and wear them as a shawl. Nepeta beams down at you before remembering that she is a regal lioness. AC nuzzles the strange little cub and welcomes them to her cave, not hive. Appearing to realize that she doesn't need to describe her actions out loud because you're right in front of her, Nepeta nuzzles you gently on top of her, with the top of her head. You get the feeling she doesn't get out much. You tell her that you didn't mean to startle her or anything. You just think of you have a mutual friend, a big indigo blood named Equius. Nepeta digs her nails into your arms. Her eyes go wide. You know Equius? How? Where did you meet him? Tell me everything. Okay, tell me everything. Well, it's kind of a funny story. Before you get into it, Nepeta launches herself off you and scampers into the cave. When she runs, her knuckles occasionally touch the ground. You aren't sure if she moves like that naturally or if she's just very, very in character. She pauses at the mouth of her cave and gestures you inside, the sleeves of her coat flopping down past her wrists. If you had parents, they probably would have taught you not to follow cat girls into caves, but you didn't, so you're totally down. The cave is small and chilly. Several animal pelts cover the cavern floor, from creatures too large to be wolves, but too shaggy to be bears. Maybe some sort of wolf bear? All the furniture is hewn from stone, and the Recupercoon formed from a natural hollow in the rock. All of the hives you spent time in, this one is the most rustic. You wonder why. Nepeta isn't a high blood, but she's certainly not a low blood either. She could have made a hive at least as nice as Tavros's. AC welcomes the strange cub to her den and invites them to sit down wherever they please. She realizes that her visitor is probably sleepy and hungry. Luckily, AC has fresh kill. Oh, that's a warrior cat phrase right there. Dab. Anyway. Oh, great. That is really lucky. Nepeta skips back outside, leaving you alone and feeling, well, like you followed a feral child into her cave. Torchlight burnishes shapes strange and forbidding, their irregular flicker disorienting. People used to do everything by firelight. No wonder medieval art is so preposterous. Dogs with the faces of old men and old men with the faces of babies? Don't forget cats that look just like the cats from the movie Cats that came out recently. And speaking of art, drawings pepper the cave walls, shaky and crude, although you doubt even Michael effing Angelo could do much with a canvas like this. The pictures seem to depict Nepeta and various other trolls, some of them whom you think you recognize. You see Karkat's nubby little horns and Equius's broken one. A few pictures have been viciously scratched out. A couple of self-portraits of Nepeta also feature a large, sleek white cat. You wonder if that's her hunter Sona. Lion Sona? Whatever. You hear a growl behind you and realize, oh right, Nepeta has a Lucis. Please tell me we see Pounced Leon. Yeah! Look at her! Hot, damp breath touches the back of your neck, and you turn as slowly and carefully as you can. Oh, hello, kitty. Two hissing mouths open and two snarls as a big cat backs you up against the cavern wall. Oh, Pounce, stop that, silly kitty. This is a friend. Oh, calm down. Oh, this song makes me sad. Oh. It hurts so much. You don't even know why. There's like this one storyboard idea I had. This is jumping into Warrior Cats stuff. You can just tune out if you're not a Warrior Cats fan. That I had like this whole AMV plan idea where we'd have the Serenade and Requited like theme, the one that one person on YouTube like put together and intermingled, because Serenade and Requited can actually go, like, hand in hand perfectly, because that's what they're made for. And, I thought about Cinderpelt and, like, her, like, whole thing with Firestar, and then, like, Cinderheart after that with Lion Blaze, and I just freaking couldn't even with it. I gotta find some of those old, like, storyboards and just put them up. I should redo that. I really like that. I have a lot of storyboard ideas that I'm never gonna get around to doing, and I feel bad about that. Anyway, Nepeta hurries back inside, throwing herself onto her Lucis and petting rambunctiously. Pounce's hisses immediately return to purrs. She rolls on her back and bats big, terrifying paws in the air.
Aw, who's a good kitty? Who's the very best kitty? Pounce, we have a guest for dinner. They know Equius. You do, right?
Nepeta looks at you with sharp little eyes.
You do know my meow rail? You weren't lioning?
Oh, definitely not. You never lion. You'll never forget Equius, no matter how hard you try. Although you did recently forget every single person you ever knew. That will absolutely never happen again, though. You won't allow it.
AC leaves her weird friend in a very capable paws of her Lucis, while she goes to prepare a delicious meal.
Aw, dang, Nepeta, please don't go away and leave your guest alone with a ferocious beast. But Pounce seems pretty well placated by Nepeta's insistence that you're a friend and not food. She curls up at on one of the animal pelts, tucking her head, her tail twitches, and her ears flick. You're pretty sure she's only pretending to sleep, like she's giving you a shot and you screwed up. It's lunchtime. You sit very still and try your best to look unthreatening. Just a little while ago, this would have been easy. You've been totally defenseless in thinking about how unthreatening thoughts, but now you remember at least a little of who you were, and you know what you've done. Even if some of it was done in dead-end timelines that never actually came to pass. You're not sure you can still call yourself an innocent bystander. Nepeta derails this dangerous train of thought by dragging in a huge haunch. That's just really the only word for it, a haunch. Something's leg. Wow, when she said she had fresh kill, you figured that was part of RP. Like she was gonna pull out a DiGiorno or something like that. But no, she really just did tear apart some animal and bring you its leg. There's blood smeared over one cheek. Her hair in pieces across her sweaty forehead. You get why she and Equius get along. They have an equivalent ferocity. Good thing you aren't a vegetarian. You're gratified to discover Nepeta appears to draw her roleplay line at devouring raw meat. You wonder if trolls could eat meat raw, or if it would make them sick. They definitely seem more natural predators than humans are, but then again, most of them live in houses and eat cups of noodles and play video games. You never really met anybody like Nepeta. Yeah, they're like college students here, just chaos. Terrifying chaos of the college freshmen. Okay. You watch her build a fire, take yourself on a little trip to the mouth of the cave where she cuts up the meat and spears it on stakes to cook. You come back over to the fire when the meat looks a little less like flesh and more like food. Honestly, it shouldn't bother you. You've seen and been through so much worse. Guess the mind is a strange and many-layered beast.
There you are. I thought you'd run out into the waste like a big pawful idiot. It's dangerous out there.
It's dangerous to go alone. Take this. Well, she went out there, although it's possible she's dangerous too. That makes Nepeta smile. She can't quite meet your eyes, but she's fidgeting with her gauntlets less than she was before.
So you really met Equius? Really, really?
She slides up to you, almost too close to talk comfortably. You wonder if this is the first conversation she's ever had that wasn't through a computer screen. You tell her that yes, really, you met him. You spent a good amount of time with him, too.
That's incredible! I've never seen that silly guy hang out with anybody before. Except for maybe Vriskers.
Vriskers? Oh, does she mean Vriska? You know her, too.
Really? Really?
Yep. You would probably be hanging out with her right now if she hadn't gone off on some Antifa stuff with Terezi.
You know Terezi too? GC?
Yeah, for sure. Does Nepeta? You're expecting her to exclaim and wag her imaginary tail. does, she goes quiet. Fat pops and sizzles in the fire. Across the cave, Pounce lets out a lazy squeak that sounds like it came from a much smaller cat. You ask Nepeta if everything's okay.
So what you're saying is, you know all my friends.
Well, that's not exactly what you said. It is kind of creepy if you dwell on it, but you keep meeting people through other people. That's normal, right? Well, you did just happen upon Vriska on a beach, and Aradia found you asleep in a field. You haven't asked Nepeta if she knows Aradia, but you're sure that she does. Somehow. You okay, Nepeta? Slowly, Nepeta lifts her gaze from the flames and meets your eyes for the first time. Maybe it's the firelight or the shadows gamboling on the walls, but she looks haunted, hollowed out and filled with something you can't name.
What are you?
Nepeta may be goofy and playful and awkward. That doesn't make her an idiot. You get the idea that treating her like one is a very good way to have a very bad time. We already played Megalovania in the last chapter, please. Okay? Explain or deflect. Let's explain. You tell Nepeta that you don't know what you are, or even who you are. You certainly know better than you did a few volumes ago, but you think you're an anomaly? You crash-landed into someone else's story. Nepeta's still watching you carefully, muscles wound tight. She's ready to pounce. On the fire, the meat begins to blacken and burn, but neither of you say anything. There goes dinner.
Me and some friends were supposed to play a game. Different from the games we usually play. Even Equius was gonna play this time, and he usually hates games. Sorry. Her voice is a bit high-pitched. I'm starting to crack.
Okay. This song makes me sad. Oh, okay.
Even Equius was gonna play this time, and he usually hates games. But then the game didn't work.
Oh, right. You know about the game. She blinks at you.
I dream sometimes.
Dreams? Well, that's pretty normal.
Not normal dreams, dummy. At least, I don't think they are. I suppose that even if they aren't, I wouldn't have anything to compare them to. They are the only sort of dreams I've ever seen. I'm not sure what they are. I see other Nepetas sometimes.
You are a heart player. We know for a fact that heart players tend to have, like, multiple selves, and they're very aware of them. So, this makes sense to me.
And sometimes Pounce is there, and sometimes she's dead, and that makes me very sad. I see my friends, too. And other people I don't know, but who I think would be pretty good friends if I got a chance.
The bright, hopeful note in Nepeta's voice digs deep into the center of you, plucking at your nerves like a cello string. It makes you impossibly sad. You don't know why.
I don't see you, though. I don't think you fit in here.
Ouch.
I apologize. I didn't mean to make you feel bad. My dreams are probably silly and don't mean anything.
She springs up to the fire and Kay down. What? She springs up in the fire and comes down on Pounce, burying her hand and face into thick white fur. You get up and follow after her because what else do? You should probably give up on this particular round at this point. You've quite thoroughly killed the friendship mood with all this existential angst. We got a phone! Pardon me. Why does she live all the way out here anyway? Wouldn't it be better to live closer to all her amazing friends? At least Equius. Even Terezi, who was definitely very weird, has a house. Admittedly, it's in a tree, but it still counts.
Oh, I'm used to when I was a Wriggler. Or I think I did. A big, lovely house with windows and lots of furniture for Pounce to scratch.
Pounce closes her eyes and purrs.
But then, I don't know. Something happened. I remember fire and noise and lots of shouting. And then I was on Pounce's back and we were running for a very, very long time. I think it was pretty terrible.
Nepeta fingers tighten on Pounce's ruff.
I like it here.
You think back to a different olive-blood girl in an oversized jacket who lived rough, and another who made her living with murder. In fact, you could see Nepeta growing up into someone much like Polypa. Sharper, meaner, all of her bright edges sanded off, her games transformed into a struggle for survival. Even now, sitting bathed in firelight, she looks tired. Every troll you've met carries the same exhaustion between their shoulders. Even the high bloods, to a certain extent. They're worn to the bone by the sheer weight of history and a future that promises more of the same. How does one do in the face of such insurmountable misery? How can you, a simple silent protagonist, ever begin to combat something so all-consuming, so monstrous? Nepeta is waiting for you to trudge through your mandatory self-aggrandizing introspective interlude, so you do all you ever claimed to do. You hold out a hand and wait for her to take it. Zap. Oh my gosh! Nepeta yelps and jumps an impressive 4 feet into the air. Fair. You were doing a dramatic gesture and forgot to prepare her for it. Sorry about that.
What? Where? Huh?
This is...
Yay, friendship!
Despite Equius' incredible strength and barely contained excitement, when he wraps Nepeta up in a glistening, obscenely muscled arms, the embrace is the gentlest you've ever been witness to. Aww, that's so cute. I need to look up fan art of Equius hugging Nepeta now. Oh gosh, I need this in my life. Okay. Duh. This is an incredibly unorthodox manner for a pair of such as yourselves to become acquainted. I apologize for this gaudy display of public affection. It is extremely unseemly of me. Why does the screen seems to be flashing red still? I think we still got the lighting from the cave in this room. We're not supposed to have that. Anyway. Well, he isn't really in public right now. Actually, the opposite. You're the idiot who popped into his private living space with zero warning. I suppose that's right. This is not the first time you've intruded on my space. Just let yourself in and out. How indecent. Okay, dude, calm down. You'll get sweaty. I'm always sweaty. How do you keep yourself from getting angry? Here's the thing. I'm always sweaty. Anyway.
Equius, you're smooshing me.
Oh. Equius lets go and he doesn't step away. He's looking at Nepeta like he can't quite believe she's real. Look how small she is. Ah. Okay. Are you real?
I think so. I don't know how I got here.
Don't worry about it. Just think of it as a reward for being such a very good kitty. Wow, is that a weird thing to say? That was pretty weird. You'll take it back. But Nepeta doesn't appear to have noticed you were fumbling. She's scampering around Equius in increasingly excited circles. Maybe you can't fix these kids' lives. Maybe you can't improve society. But when it really comes down to it, you have the power to make friends closer. And dang, you'll take it. Victory! Oh, Nepeta looks really tall in this one. I keep forgetting tall Nepeta was a thing too. Anyway. Aw, they're sweet. Chum roll. Okay, we got that one. Now, I'm guessing... Well, let's try to get, like, the bad endings now. Loading. On the first one, stop this nonsense. You tell Nepeta that you will happily explain to her exactly who you are and what you're doing skulking outside her cave. But could the two of you maybe key down the drama, talk like normal people? You've been down this road before and it kind of is bringing back painful memories.
Oh.
Nepeta leapfrogs off you, a distinct olive flush crisscrossing the bridge of her nose. Wow, you didn't mean to embarrass her. Just a productive convo doesn't seem possible if one of you is pretending to be a lion or whatever. Nepeta nods jerkily. Her gaze is firmly fixed on the boulder a few feet next to you. Her body language, which moments ago was wanting to zap from cover to protect your dignity and internal organs, is now stiff and wary. She looks even smaller than before. She mouths something you can't quite catch, then turns tail and scuttles back into her cave. Dang it, Nepeta, wait! You hurry after her, but the sound deep inside is a deep, resonant growl. There's something in that cave. It's definitely not a kid playing a game. Growl, growl. Game over. Okay, let's load the next one. Deflect. Haha, wild. It's a real wild that she doesn't see you in her dreams for no reason. Oh, by the way, does she want to see your sweet powers? You have super sweet powers. Zap. Did you just drop her in the middle of Dave and Jade's? Oh, wow. Why is Dave here? How did Dave get here? This is funny. Okay. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Jade's room is bright and cheery, fresh flowers and hanging pots, curtains pulled open wide to let in the afternoon sunlight. Jade sits on her bed while Dave paces in front of the line of squiddle toys, carefully assembling in neat ranks. This blue one is clearly in charge. Look at his dominant posture. Also, he's the only mother trucker not tentacle deep in his homie. He is an untangled buddy. That is some stuff really cuts to the core of, like, emotions.
It's actually because the magnets in him are messed up and he's always has been.
Harley, you're ruining the magic. Come on.
Oh, hey, mailman.
No, wait, that's not Jade. That's Dave. I'm sorry, Dave. Oh, hey, mailman. Did you bring another stray alien? Because the last one has an attitude and also surprisingly good snack sense. Snack sense? Yeah, a sense for snacks? Like, you'd think it would have occurred to me before to combine M&Ms with popcorn, but it never did. Thank you! My mom thinks I'm weird because I like putting M&Ms in popcorn whenever the chance arises. Thank you. Anyway, I guess because I wasn't raised right? But yeah, Carcat has a good tongue. Phrasing. That's not what I meant. Anyway, hi, troll girl. Sup?
Oh yes, I wanted to meet you guys. Are you the same aliens who harassed us for years and then stopped for seemingly no reason, but actually probably because the fake mailman ruined everything?
Wow. Dang, Jade.
Sorry, that's not how I meant it. Who are you people? Where am I?
Jade takes a step towards Nepeta, who bristles and hisses, her back arcing. At this point, you're pretty confident in your assessment of the big theming for the trolls. They really continue to be cat adjacent, don't they? Thank you. I noticed that as well. I'm like, why is everyone acting like a cat? Is there not another word for cat-like? Maybe cats are the only cultural touchstones you have for fierce but skittish creatures with a lot of hair. You're not wrong. Though I guess you could say something about birds, maybe. Birds are kind of skittish. And their feathers fluff up. You could have said something about birds. Anyway. Nepeta gone. While you're busy pondering cats, Nepeta does a wild scamper for the window. Ah, screw it. This tower is a tower, and this is a tower. Dang it, you really didn't think this one through. Sorry, Nepeta. You really should have warned. No! Holy crap. Things are sure as hell on fire. Oh no. Ouch. Phone again. People need to stop calling this dang freaking house. I swear on my life. Okay. Little Timmy's dad fell asleep at the grill. Dude had one too many Bud Light limes and burned the whole rack of ribs. Ribs ain't sheep, Dad. Now barbecue's up in smoke. Who's gonna eat all that Walmart potato salad without ribs? No one. That's who. Aw, dang, you got a little overzealous with your zaps and brought Dave along with you. So this is where Carcat's from. No wonder he is such a spastic pile of personality disorders. Pretty rank in here. Well, at least Beck prevented you from bringing Jade along. Uh-oh. Oh.
This isn't the ruins. This isn't the island.
Sorry to just crash your party like this, Nepeta. You really didn't mean to bring like half your alien friend group into our house? Nebita is standing beside a dying fire where the haunch has fallen apart into blackened chunks. Her hands are twisted in layers of her coat and she is shaking from head to foot. Aw, man, you just completely invaded her space. You are totally... Grr? Cat. Oh no, Pounce has placed herself between Nebita and the rest of you. Or more accurately, between Nebita and Jade. Her hackles are up, her two mouths are hissing. Aw, dang it, does she smell back on Jade? This sucks, actually.
Pounce, wait, don't do anything just yet. Pounce!
Did you get there in time? Yes or no? Saving... in the third spot. No. A few moments happen so fast you barely have a chance to catch sight of them, let alone intervene. Pounce leaps over Nebita, landing on a rock and springboarding off it with her back legs and right at Jade. Oh gosh, no, no, no. Pounce's claws are big and sharp and Jade is just a little girl. Bang. Jeez! Pounce hits the ground with a thud so heavy it vibrates through your legs. Smoke curls out of the nose in Jade's rifle. The shot loud enough to make you go temporarily deaf so you don't hear Nebita's scream as more than a sigh, like wind with the distant wail of a train. Oh, serious shadows of seriousness. She leaps for Pounce, eyes blazing wide and unseeing. Jade starts forward and Nebita shrieks, raking out her claw gauntlets and catching Jade across the arm. Holy fuck. Jade reels backward, her arm particularly against her chest. Her shoulders heave a thick, choking breath. She turns and runs from the cave. Jade! Jeez! Dave tears off after her. Holy crap, this is a complete nightmare. You teeter, torn between two disasters. Nebita cradles her looses head in her lap, rocking slowly back and forth. You say her name once, twice. She's not even aware that you're here. You've done everything you can here. That is, you've done nothing. You hurry to the mouth of the cave, hoping to get a glimpse of red and white. There's nothing. Just the endless sway of trees and chirps of night creatures. Nothing to suggest that two human kids, one bleeding profusely, had ever been here. Mother truck, how could you let this happen? You need to find those kids. You imagine Jade, her copious hair, her bright smile, her tired eyes. You stand at the edge of a canyon, alone. It's clear that there's no one around here for miles. You aren't anywhere near Nebita's cave. Jade could never have gotten here this fast. You messed up somehow. You think of Jade again. At this time, you add her stricken expression and blood dripping from her forearm. Oh, exception. What the heck in script? What? Quit? Okay. I can work with that. Come back to me, game capture. There we go. Was worried for a second there. Chum roll? Okay. I wonder if that was supposed to happen. But I'm gonna load this again. We're gonna get there in time. Oh! Pounce's claws feel as big as they look. They're sharp, too. Sharp claws, incredible. Those claws. Santa claws. Red soaks into the green velvet of your dress, licking it heavily against your chest and stomach. Christmas. Wind whistles in your ears, accompanied by the strange ringing of chimes. Oh no, those are screams. You collapse backward, waiting for the inevitable curtain of darkness to fall on your consciousness. Oh well, you'll do better next time. Or not. Instead of hitting the ground and finding yourself catapulted into the menu screen, a pair of hands catches you and eases you to the cavern floor. Several pairs, actually. Your head is cushioned by something soft, and for a moment the voices around you come into focus.
Don't have any idea what to do, do you know?
First aid and stuff, I'm pretty sure they don't actually have any organs.
Shh, please, everybody be quiet.
Darkness closes in on you, but it's kinder darkness than you're used to. A darkness untouched by failure. Consciousness fades back into slow waves of sensation. The first thing you see is firelight on the cave wall. Strange shadows lapping across the rock, playing out a story you believe you could understand if your body was a little less heavy and your brain less full of mush. You try to sit up. Wow, You're not gonna sit up.
Don't try to sit up. You're going to start bleeding again. Dave, go get Nepeta. They're awake.
Oh, dope. Okay. Hey, Leon. Here, kitty, kitty, kitty. I twitch my cute as hell little nose in a sultry come hither for this homeless catwoman alien who lives in this cave.
I'm coming. Hold your hoof beasts.
Nepeta and Jade sound really similar. Jade? Dave? You're both here. On Alternia? You didn't think that was possible. At least not for Jade. Yeah, I was gonna mention back before you got gutted by Kimba the white lion. Didn't think that worked. Don't you always get dog blocked? You thought you did, but maybe you just caught a lucky break and got in there while Beck was napping or doing some other important dog stuff.
I guess Beck has been acting sort of weird recently. He's been way less protective and bossy. He doesn't even get shirty when I go to the ruins.
Jade, I hate to break it to you, but that's not weird. That's normal. Dogs are supposed to chew the remote and crap on the carpet, not raise you from childhood. Animals are not parents. Excuse me, Nepeta's in earshot right now? You know a couple trolls who might disagree with that, but you digress. Wow, your body doesn't feel good.
That's because Pounce almost killed you. I wasn't even sure you could die, but you proved me wrong. You did a pretty good job at almost dying.
But you aren't dead.
Dave held your guts in. It was very gross and extremely fascinating.
It wasn't a big deal. What kind of clown hasn't staunched up copious bleeding from a gut wound, honestly? Dave, don't make this any sadder than it has to be, okay? Don't make me think about you not going to the emergency room. Okay. Time to go back to preschool, kids. You are impressed and horrified. Dave shrugs. Jade sewed you up. She's like a Susan B. Anthony with that needle. Not the right person. Except not American. Was Susan B. Anthony American? Did America even exist at that point? Maybe she was English. Susan B. Anthony, she was American. She was an advocate for women's rights, if I'm right. You're thinking of someone else. Who am I thinking of? Screw this. I'm getting my phone out and I'm looking this up right the hell now. Yeah, I think you're thinking of Betsy Ross.
I've never sewn up anything that wasn't a corpse. It was fun.
Again, you are terrified but impressed. But the two of them, they're okay. They look alright. A little grimy, but otherwise unharmed. You're really sorry that you zapped them here and then passed out for what was like most likely days. I'm chill.
Yeah, it's been great, honestly. Which really does go to show how much fun our normal lives are.
Yeah, kind of pathetic actually when you think about it. But Nepeta has Wi-Fi at least. What? He holds up his phone and opens the Messenger app. You can just make out familiar lines of red and gray text. You messaging Cardcat. Nice.
Move over, Aquetti. Coming through.
Oh, you used your, persona thing. Okay. Nepeta appears, shooing aside Dave and Jade and hunkering down at your bedside. Or on your pile of furs on the cave floor. Her hair hangs lank around her face, and patches of blood liberally stain her coat, but apart from that, she seems to be in excellent mood. Hi, Nepeta. Sorry for bleeding all over the place.
Don't be silly. Just drink this.
She hands you a small clay cup full of something hot. What's in it?
Herbs.
She pronounces the H. What kind of herbs?
Healthy ones.
Probably some dank stuff, mailman. Better watch out. Feel like Nep knows where to get Nip, if you catch my drift.
Shh, Aquetti, stop being weird. They'll help the healing process. I find them in the woods.
Well, dang, if you find them in the woods.
I get most of my remedies from the jungle too, Dave. Grandpa left me plenty of antibiotics and formaldehyde, but nothing for a headache or a tummy ache. He just used to tell me to chin up a little, Jadelet.
Yeah, my bro's the same way. Ibuprofen? Never heard of him. There's nowhere to get jungle medicine, though, unless we're talking about the concrete jungle. Like, there's an old guy named Stevie who camps out in the lobby and he'll hook you up. But also, I think he's a sex offender.
Your planet sounds like so much fun.
Yeah, it's alright. You think Nepeta for the herb and take a little sip. Sure does taste like a bunch of boiled grass. Could be worse. You think Nepeta probably made the cup herself. She probably made everything in here. Honestly, if there's anywhere on this planet that you could choose to get mortally wounded, doing it near Nepeta is probably the right call. Nepeta smooths your blanket with little nervous passes of her hands. She's back not looking at you. Okay, she's back to not looking you in the eye.
I've had a long talk with Pounce and told her that she's been a very bad kitty. She feels awful about it and would like to make it up to you if she can. She's hunting something extra delicious right now.
Oh, Pounce didn't need to do that. It really wasn't her fault. You just got your dumb idiot butt in the middle of everything as usual. Better than you than Jade, definitely. Since you're the main character and therefore probably can't die permanently.
That makes no sense to me. It's fine. Equity, can you hand me that Perlo?
Oh, which one? What? Why does Nepeta keep calling... What does Nepeta keep calling Dave? Aquete? We bonded over our shared interests. Except some of us are totally 100% or 100% earnest in our interest instead of acceptably ironic. Which is fine. It's not a big deal. Don't worry about it. Oh, we blurring again. Okay, you won't. The world begins to soften around the edges, melting like a scoop of ice cream. These herbs have certainly appeared to be the good stuff. No matter what choices you make, when this particular writer gets a hold of you, you tend to do drugs. Oh my gosh, is it the one who wrote Gamzees as well? Jeez. Your thoughts slide into one another, dissolving. You see your friends array out before you. The two lonely girls and the strange, intense boy with the hidden eyes. They watch you anxiously. You started this journey believing you needed to save these kids, and maybe that's still true. They certainly need someone to fix the mess of their lives and their planets and their crushing weight of brutal reality bearing down on them. But maybe you need saving too. Maybe you can all save each other. Whatever, you're high. You'll rest now. Group end. Yeah! Woo! Okay, let's check that shum roll. Yes, we did. AC shared her possum den with Furry Grub. And we got Strange Little Cub. You helped Nepeta and her Meow Rail ship sail. Okay. Gotta go play Sollux's route now. Yeah, I think I got all the bad endings. Yeah, I did. Okay. Just making sure. My brain's can get scattered really easily. It came from space. There's bees. Naturally, there's bees. Not the bees. Anyway, click. So this is it. You think this Sollux guy is going to be a piece of grub cake. From what both Karkat and Kanaya have told you, the poor guy recently got ghosted by his girlfriend? Best friend? You're not quite sure what they were, and apparently neither do their friends. For trolls, friend seems to be loaded of the... Let's see. For trolls, friend seems to be as loaded of a word as girlfriend. Regardless, from what you've managed to gather, they were quite close, and her ghosting him has serious emotional effects. She literally died! Jeez. The thing is, the guy sounds like a mess and looks like a loser, and boy is he ready for you. He's been flying low for a while and you're ready to scoop him up and baby feed him the tenderest worms directed to his mouth. Figuratively speaking, unless he's into that. Then so are you, and you're so ready to do it. Literally. Weird. Whew. Out of all your mutual friends, Karkat has shown the most concern in the most backhanded of ways. Trapped in the throes of an extremely online six sweepdom, he's been unable to tell Sollux he's worried. So instead of having an honest conversation with a longtime friend, Karkat has arranged for an Alternian meet brute between the two of you. It's foolproof, which means it's you-proof. Karkat gave you an honestly frightening amount of detail of Sollux's everyday routine. The main difficulty is he seldom leaves his hive. He's kind of an indoor boy. Today though, you've gotten lucky. Sollux has made plans to see a friend, and you're going to casually bump into the guy and play out all of Karkat's carefully curated plans, step by step, and befriend him. At first, he actually has to show. For someone with such a rigid schedule, he's sure not great at sticking to it. So you're just left here at the alien train station, sitting on an alien bench and trying not to make eye contact with any of the aliens around you. Sure, they might be potential friends, but no, you're pretty sure that Sollux is the guy for you this time around. You know it the way you've known everything else since this particular leg of your meandering journey had begun. It's gotta be Doc Scratch, right? That cue ball looking mother trucker stole the memories of all your previous buddies. It stands to reason that he stole some other ones too. In fact, Aradia helping you remember has just made you realize that there could be so many other things you forgot. You can't shake the feeling that you're still being used, that everything you do, every move you make, feeds back to the same terrible mastermind's plans. You tried zapping back to Doc Scratch's mansion, but you can't get back there either. He's out of bounds, so you just defaulted to your usual thing, friend acquisition. You are playing into someone's hands, you just know it, but the alternative is to just do nothing? Sit quietly in a room alone and not have any contact with anyone, and who knows if that's exactly what Doc Scratch wants you to do in the first place. It's really hard to do anything at all the time. Anyway, Sollux. You've heard a lot about this dude, and you're certain he's heard all about you. How can he not? You're basically best friends with everybody he knows. You are an unstoppable friending force. Oh, there he is. Basically what I said. He's pretty much exactly the way you imagined. How could Karkat put it? A skinny mother trucker, a total loser who would be utterly lost without Karkat's devotion and guidance? Yep, just like that. What should you do? Tell him you're Karkat's friend? The time isn't right. Okay. I'm just gonna break it. Okay. You greet Sollux cheerily and tell him that you're Karkat's friend and you know all about him. Sollux looks you up and down, his nose wrinkles like he's just stepped in a piece of particularly fragrant dog crap. You stealthily check the sole of your shoes to see if the unpleasant aroma is coming from you. No. Then what's wrong? Did you come on too strong? Oh no. You fool. You absolute buffoon. This guy is part of the most oppressed class of people in Alternia. A gamer. Of course he's wary of you. You probably can't even tell that if you're a PC or console gamer, or how objectively right your opinions about RPGs are. Timing is absolutely crucial here. You should have approached him as if he were a delicate baby gazelle just inching up to the watering hole for a fresh sip of Mountain Dew, and then before he knew it, pounced and recounted on him how much you've managed to break Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 with all the sick moves you learned. Dazzling him with your objectively right gaming opinions. Here we go. Sollux's quirk hurts to speak. Okay. This is so typical. He didn't even ask. Just, he can't mind his own business. You are utterly confused. This wasn't part of Karkat's script. This is like the GZ thing all over again. He never asks. He never warns me. Not all your friends have to be friends with each other. Why is that so hard for him to understand? Ugh. I want nothing to do with that jugular piece and whatever the hell you are. Juggler? He lifts his eyebrows. Oh, sorry, I haven't pegged you as a honky butt licker, but I should have known better. You do look the part. Sollux is absolutely unimpressed. Wow, you weren't expecting this. Are you expecting a heated gamer moment right now? You can think of You think these might be Alternian slurs, but you can't really confirm without whipping your phone out in front of him and making a fool of yourself by opening Urban Dictionary mid-conversation. The train pulls away from the platform, but the troll in front of you seems to have forgotten all about that.
What the hell do you want?
You very bluntly tell him that you've heard he's having a rough time and you just want to be his friend. Some of his friends have told you that they're worried, and Saul looks absolutely livid now.
Did KK tell you I needed help?
Well, no, it wasn't. You let out identical yelps and turned to see a ridiculous minuscule clown car, just really small. There are 2 big horns in the front and 2 bigger horns in the back. There's a clown car. Mother trucking miracles. The small door of the car opens and out comes a shoe that really has no business in that car in the first place. There's absolutely no way that Gamzee fits in there, but somehow he's folded himself out. You turn to Sollux to share a consternated look, but he just seems annoyed. A leg follows the shoe, accompanied by a series of cracks as he unfolds himself from inside the car. Recently, you've become quite a bit of a bone expert, and you're most certain that this is not a noise that they should be making. You can't look away. You are absolutely hypnotized by this display of clownishness. Gamzee, why? Hey, mother truckers. I was just all out and about when I happened upon the 2 of y'all. Can't hardly believe my oculars. Sollux, my good son of a gun, I haven't seen you since, when's the first time we met? Oh, so you're double teaming me now. This is some thick stuff. Trying to clown me from both sides. Hold on, Gamzee wasn't part of the plan. Plan? Aw, crap, there goes another, this always goes smoother in the rom-coms. It's okay, my most lustful friend. There's no need for plans. We're all part of the greater plan that brought us together. Oh, Sollux gone. Sollux takes a step back, takes a critical look at both of you, and flies away so fast the shockwave almost topples you over. Gamzee waves him a very unaffected goodbye, eyes glazed over. Well, you beefed it. Real word describing a real action that people take. You beefed it big time. You say beans out loud so loud that you beefed it so hard that you basically made yourself an entire meal. It's okay, my most universal friends. That's just how a mother truckin' says hi sometimes. By flying away from you as fast as possible. I know what will cheer you up. Please don't say it. It's Derugays, isn't it? It's definitely Derugays. Clown and... oh my gosh, that clown car. So many shoes. Oh well, and you see Sollux just flying off in the background. Clown end. Okay, let's try that again. The time isn't right. You decide to hang back and wait a little longer. You stand on the platform a few polite feet away from him before long a train pulls up and you see Sollux take a furtive peek inside before walking back on the platform. That's interesting. The second train comes and he seems to deem this one worthy and hops in. You count to 10 before rushing in. B's seat covers. Why? The car is almost empty. It's just you and Sollux and a pile of blankets in a corner. The inside of the car is bee-themed. Man, trolls really love bugs. Sollux takes a bench seat and puts his bag next to him, so there's no chance of anyone will sit there. Yeah, that is the San Francisco way. Anyway, luckily for you, the one in front of him is still empty. They're all empty, actually, so you take it. There's something a little nostalgic about this setup. It feels like any minute now Sollux is going to ask you an arbitrary questions that may affect some cosmetic choices in your life moving forward. But he doesn't. In fact, Sollux's face remains totally neutral. All he does is acknowledge your presence is a lift of a single brow. The time you spent near him may have been short so far, but the idea of him you've built in your head is quite strong. You've heard enough from his friends to know he's not bothered at all. However, if you didn't know any better, you might say Sollux has admitted the energy of someone who walked into an empty bathroom and chose the most secluded stall only for someone else to walk in and choose the one next to his. Which is nonsense, because you do know better. All the secondhand knowledge you've got from a guy can't be wrong. He's going what you mentally dubbed his tsundere act. You keep staring. Can I help you, dude? This isn't how you expected to introduce yourself, but you do it anyway. Okay. He pointedly pulls out his phone and doesn't look at you anymore. Okay, you're sensing that he needs some space. You pull out your own phone. We have a phone? What? There hasn't... What, there was doubt that you had one because it hasn't been mentioned in a good 2/3 of this game? Heh, silly. Little did you know the phone survived and all it all in your hoodie pocket. They truly don't make phones like this anymore. We got the Nokia of phones. Sollux is holding his horizontal, which gives you the feeling that he's playing a video game. Well, he's got you beat already. You don't have any games on yours. You decide instead to go through your messages and, wow, you had so many plans with so many of your friends and you went and disappeared on them. Dang, they were all counting on you. Okay, you got this. Carcat has basically shown you this guy's entire games library, and you're not gonna super casually bring up games like he likes. No problem. No, and you are going to do that. Okay. There was a name on it that had really surprised you, but in hindsight it makes sense. Back at home, the game's still wildly popular. Nobody exactly knows where Minecraft came from, but dang, everybody loves it. Wait, is he playing Minecraft on his phone? Minecraft is awesome, by the way. You loudly announce to absolutely nobody, because you're so casual and friendly, that you love Minecraft. Every gamer knows that one, but you get no reaction. Dang, this guy probably can tell you don't even know how to use a texture pack. What? I don't use a texture pack. I should, though. I should try to find a good Homestuck one that's been recently updated for 1.15. Oh gosh, I doubt there are any though. Anyway. That's fine. No harm done. You know, he's also a huge fan of Attack Drone and Solid State. You didn't have time finding anything about it on Gorgle, besides the fact that it was apparently staunchly anti-war. The guy making the games got away with it for a while, only because before the Empire caught up with him. Mostly because nobody actually understood what the heck it was about. Name-dropping it alone would surely be enough to show him what an awesome gamer you are. Nothing? Goodness. Group Stronghold 2? No? Fortnite? Dang, you're completely certain all these sick games would prove irresistible conversational topics. You look sick. I don't actually give a crap, but please don't puke on my shoes. That startles you. Immediately you reassure him you're fine. That sounds like bull, but I'll believe it since I don't want to make this any more awkward. I'm Sollux. Oh, you're surprised he changed his tune so fast. You're that alien everyone's talking about, aren't you? How did he know? You've been messaging me for 2 days, dude. And totally weirdly invasive to me. Whatever, I'm in a good mood today, so we're starting over. Okay, that isn't bad. You can do this. You introduce yourself over again and try to play off the fact that you know how creepy amount of insider knowledge about this guy. I don't see what the big... Oh gosh, olive blood homeless person. Hey, why are you being so loud? Can't you see I'm trying to sleep here? A small olive troll pops out of the blankets in the corner. Somehow this really shakes Sollux. We need to leave immediately. Why? You don't understand. This guy here is going to die, and we're going to go with him if we don't get out right now. How do you know this? So what will you do? Teleport away from the danger or tell Sollux nothing is wrong? Well, we already got the bad ending. Might as well go for this one. Nothing's wrong. You put your hand on Sollux's shoulder. There's nothing wrong. The train continues to shake. Are you out of your mind? We have 2... The shaking stops as suddenly as it started. Both Sollux and the Sleepy Troll look around confused. Everything looks fine. Sleepy Troll just yawns and goes back under the blankets. I don't understand. This isn't how things work. What did you do? Who knows? You're not entirely sure what Sollux thought was going to happen. Is he okay? No, I hear voices. You hope he's getting the right kind of help for that. No, you recycled butt wipe.
the voices of the dead, or more importantly, the immediately deceased. And I very clearly heard the voice of Blanket Troll right there. But now I don't, that doesn't happen. That's never happened before.
Oh, well, isn't that a good thing?
It's not bad.
That makes you happier to hear. You feel like you're finally making progress and getting through to him.
Sorry, I got really stressed for a moment. Ugh, this is awkward.
You reassure him it's fine. You enjoy the rest of the ride with him in mostly companionable silence. The train pulls in into what seems to be the right stop as Sollux stands up.
You're friends with Can, right?
Kanaya? Oh yeah, you very eagerly nod.
I'm headed her way if you're interested. You're nowhere near as annoying as TZ and KK made you sound.
Sollux smiles. It's the first time you've seen him genuinely smile in your time together. You tell him that you'd love to see Kanaya again. Wait, hold on. Trezzy and Karkat think you're annoying? He snorts.
No, they just described you honestly, and being how you are is part of your charm, I guess.
As long as he finds it charming too, you're okay with this backhanded compliment.
Dude, you've got to stop being so overeager. It's a little embarrassing. But anyway, I hope you didn't have a heavy breakfast.
Huh, does he expect you to run there? You can teleport easily. You can get there fast.
That's nice, but we're going to arrive with more style.
Oh. He doesn't have grub scars. What are you? What are you? Anyway, before he's done talking, you're already midair. You've been lifted by psionics before, but it's like the first time you feel completely weightless. It's like gravity has completely forgotten you have to answer to it.
Brace yourself. If you refuse to, I refuse to slow down.
So you do. Everything around you becomes a blur. You know you're somewhere, but everything just looks like colors. Oh, we're here. When the world sharpens back into view, you're in Kanaya's hive. Sollux looks smug. Kanaya looks from him to you and back again.
I'm happy. While I'm happy you made a friend, I wish you had given me a warning. No offense.
None taken, but you're a little curious as to why you have taken the train over. Sollux seems like he could have easily flown here. So why?
Can't a dude just be super jazzed about public transportation? Screw the entire planet. It's stupid. And it's stupid hemospectrum system. But at least the train can take you where you need to go for the most part.
Well, you can't say the same runs true for where you're from, so no.
He knows I will not open the door otherwise.
Oh?
Can, you're really killing my vibe here. Completely harshing it.
Well, I think our friend would appreciate knowing that while powerful, you are still a developing young troll. And I would rather not have to mop your brains off my front door.
Are we really doing this again, Miriam?
On last name's basis again? Sollexander! Yes, they did it! They did the thing! How many letters are in Sollexander? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. That actually works for me. Because of his sign, you know? Anyway. Yes, we are doing this again. I must have, being the naturally curious person you amassed a good amount of troll anatomy knowledge by now. Thus far, weird alien brain anatomy has eluded you.
What happens is that I have a big brain, and that is almost as big as my...
What happens is when we were younger, Sollux would get really sleepy if he used his powers too much.
Then Can found Gorgle. And found terms like dopamine and noradrenaline and cytomine. And now she thinks she knows better than me.
Sollux, please. I sent you the links. We both know the same amount.
Yeah, whatever. I came to do a favor, so I decided I needed assistance for a change.
Sollux, if you're going to make excuses, make good ones. Instead of being annoyed or embarrassed, Sollux seems delighted to hear Kanaya's words. He already looks way more relaxed and in his element than he was on the train.
So what's the problem this time? Where is it?
Well, you see the keyboard will not work and I just have no idea what happened. Kanaya, you've been crunching those numbers and letters so hard, both on your route and Tavros's route. I don't know what to say. I'm surprised it's in one piece. Kanaya points to her computer. It's very clearly been cut in half. Most likely sawed in half. Very cleanly, if you must add. Sollux looks at it like he's seriously considering what could have happened to this computer.
Did you try turning it on and off?
As the one person in my workspace that actually has like a decent track record with troubleshooting computers, that is like one of the best ways to fix a situation, is just to turn it off, on and off again. Or in the case of my old laptop, Harry Potter here, just ripping the battery off, waiting like 5 seconds, and then putting the battery back on. And then it works. Splendid. Anyway.
Naturally. I figured something like this happened, so I came prepared.
Duct tape? He pulls out some things from his bag, including what looks like identical version of Kanaya's computer. You think this might happen a lot. While he gets to work setting things up, Kanaya takes you aside.
I have to say, I'm really impressed.
Yes, you are quite impressive.
Sollux has not been his best recently. You see, we had what you may call a falling out in our friend group, which resulted in 3 serious injuries and 1 death. Details of which are not mine to share, but Sollux was used to it and was used in a rather heinous way, and I did not distance myself in any way from the troll who caused all this. And Sollux, in his very Sollux fashion, blamed himself and withdrew from all his friends. And when he started talking again, he refused to engage me in conversation. Until he finally acknowledged my medical condition. Oh boy, Kanaya hadn't mentioned a medical condition up until this point. You hope you haven't accidentally made her overexert herself, or been rude in any way. You wonder if it's okay to ask. I can see you're interested in what my condition is. It is quite serious and frustrating at times, but I have stopped blaming myself for it. I have accepted it as part of my life. You nod. You are overall a rather unhealthy individual. You tend to get injured on a bi-weekly basis, but somehow always miraculously come out of it just fine. Huh, you truly are one lucky son of a gun. It is still a little embarrassing to admit. You tell her she's your friend. You would not judge her at all. In fact, you want to take a moment to appreciate her for not judging you. She definitely has it more together than you. She smiles one of the warmest smiles she's given you. Very well. I'm not proud of this, but I am. My medical condition is that I am bulge cursed. Oh, wow. Is this the troll equivalent of being cock blocked? What is this? Okay. By Vriska. Yep. Vriska cursed my bulge. You gave it her. Holy crap. Thank you. I've learned to live with it. Kanaya, gosh, you're so sorry about this. I am joking. I am making a joke. About my crush on Vriska being a medical condition. I thought it would bring a bit of levity to the situation, but you look so concerned. You tell Kanaya that her sarcasm face looks a lot like her normal face. Yes, people have told me that before. Sollux chooses the moment to slide back in. It's all set. Thank you. I added something that you've been bothering me about for a while. We move towards the computer. You can't see the screen from where you are, but you see Kanaya's face light up at whatever they're looking at. Let me guess. Can she see Rose's room? Oh, Sollux. I did not know... I know you did not want to share these pictures. I hope I did not push too far. Oh wait, pictures? No, you didn't. It was just being a stupid heck. I don't know why I was so hung up on it. I'm 6 now. I'm technically an adult. No, really, but thank you. It means a lot to me. Yeah, whatever. We both look like stupid grubs in these pictures. That immediately grabs your attention. Baby pictures. Well, we were quite young.
You try moving closer to take a peek, but Kanaya throws you an absolutely murderous look. Whatever embarrassing childhood memory lane they're going down, it seems deeply personal to Sollux. For once in your life, you mind your own business. It's kind of awkward to see myself like that. What the heck am I wearing?
It was very fashionable for the time. I would know I had made it for you.
It's not you or the fashion. It's just... Picking up on his discomfort, Kanaya saves the day before you can butt in.
Focus more on what you had done to your own hair. Alexander, what had you been thinking when you did that?
Hey! After a few more minutes of reminiscing, they move away from the computer and back to where you're standing. You hope they both appreciate you standing in your own lane.
Anyway, I have to say I'm rather surprised to see you with company.
Yeah, I guess I got my whole lone bark beast reputation to keep up. What can I say?
Is that why Miss Paces keeps bringing up the delightful conversation you two are having?
Well, I got big news. Turns out she's not as boring as I thought she'd be. It's going...
Going where?
Sollux shrugs. Just going. Kanaya hums in agreement, but decides to drop it. It's funnier to think you thought this guy was a complete loser. He seems to have more game than the average gamer. A stealth Chad, in a way. Wait, hold on. Why does Kanaya get to introduce Sollux to someone, but Karkat has to come up with an elaborate, convoluted plan for you two to meet? No offense to you or KK, but KK has no filter on who he lets into his life.
Yeah, no offense.
You feel like you may start taking actual offense. I hate meeting new people. Do I look like I know what the heck a Dave is? Son, I'll kill you.
No, you will not.
No, I won't. It's a meme. Can? She smiles pleasantly. You feel a little bit like an outsider, like you're missing some history between them, but you can't help but feel a little warm on the inside at the sight of friendship. Anyway, we should leave soon.
Why? I thought you were going to stay the day. It's a rather long journey.
It's whatever. I left some stuff running that I need to check on. Ooh, hacker stuff? Of course not.
Very well, at least let me get you a couple of shirts fixed for you. And if you would be so kind enough to drop a couple of things off at the drone office? I fixed a sweater for Karkat.
Did you fix his pants too? Are they way up there in his armpits? Gotta fix that waistband. Yeah, no problem. The moment Kanaya steps away, Sollux is in your face. So, we're not staying over because you obviously are not sick. What? Okay. So we're not staying over because you're obviously not six. And having you over for a sleepover would be weird. You can't argue with that. Also, you seem okay. I wouldn't mind spending some time with you, which is something I don't tell everybody. There's a frozen muscle beast nectar place near the drone office. Ooh, sweet. Ice cream? Yes. We can go there.
Oh, yes. It's a friend date.
Sweet victory. Oh, look at that popsicle. Yeah. Okay, so we got the good ending. Now we just need to get the bad ending. Yeah, we did. Okay. Loading. Oops. Wrong load save. I forgot already. Yep. Teleport away from the danger. As the train continues to shake, you grab Sollux's arm and teleport. And somehow end up in John's house? Oh gosh. Huh. Well, of all the places he visited, his neighborhood is probably the friendliest. And there's something about the knowledge that Dad is around the area that makes you feel safe. Like if you needed it, you could absolutely get a dose of parental guidance, or at least a fresh croissant. You turn to check on your new friend. Sollux is scrunched up into the house's shadow, trying to play it cool, but obviously shaken by how sunny it is. Once he realizes that you are indeed not being burned alive by the sun, he visibly relaxes. What the actual hell did you do? This is obviously not Alternia. At this point, it's a little hard to explain things without flexing at this point. You allow yourself to brag a little in hopes of impressing Sollux. You explain that not only is this place safe, but also John programs a little. He's probably worse than Carcat is, and that'll cheer Sollux up. You're certain Dave is also around? He reminds you a little of... Can you stop? Ugh. Stop what? I don't think you get how weird you're being. I haven't told you anything about me, but somehow you managed to know a lot of really personal business, like personal information about me. Honestly, it's creepy. I know you're friends with basically all my friends. And I'm sure they told you I'm kind of an aloof piece of crap and grumpy and hard to get along with. And half the time I feel like I don't even deserve them. And then you walk in and they adore you instantly. Even Ek likes you. You don't understand. Shouldn't this make your friendship easier? You don't get it. I'm way more complex than whatever the heck I say online and what my friends have told you. Real life isn't like a dating sim in which you fumble your way into the right choice. Excuse me, that's all this entire world you're living in is. Why do you even want to friend me? Well, both of you share so many friends. It's only natural, isn't it? Sollux looks at you. His expression remains neutral, yet somehow you feel harshly judged. I don't think you understand how things work for people like me. I had to wake up call, and when I realized nothing I do really matters, whether I want it or not, I'm destined to be a war machine. I already got a taste of it once. It can be harder than the first. Can't be harder than the first blood, right? He smiles a little. It makes you feel worse. Sollux is letting you in on something you don't have the full picture for. Anything you say at this point couldn't be any help. I'm stupid enough that I'll resist. So it'll definitely suck big time for me. But I already made the mistake of trusting someone who let me believe I could make a change. But stuff got messed up and that's that. That is most certainly not that. It's not too late. Things are better. You can make sure of it. You can make a change, both of you. You're not entirely sure what he's talking about, but he doesn't have to become anything he doesn't want to. I can see why the others might like you. And for whatever it's worth, I do wish I could believe you too. Oh, before you can react, he's flying away. Dang. Now he's lost on Earth, and oh my gosh, he could have at least waited for you to get him back home. What if the wrong people find him and do screwed up experiments on him? Oh, but he definitely doesn't want anything to do with you. See you, space cowboy. I mean, gamer. Okay. That was all the goods and all the bads for Sollux and Nebeta. Womp womp. It is almost noon. I need to get me some lunch before I go to work. But thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you all next time. Until we actually catch up with Pesterquest? Holy crap, when does this ever happen? See you guys all next time. Bye!
Hey there. Consider becoming a patron, just like the phenomenal Bleed Red, Alexander Madeline, Uranium Coffee, and Ryan Nelson.